A mix of emotion, got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully, appreciate my standing, go out of this world.
Good morning, Fred.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
Good. Good morning.
I'm very happy that you are with us this morning for this coffee time. Everybody's ready with the coffee, I hope.
Yes, here.
So we come back with our coffee time, and I'm very, very happy to be with us to share again our dance world. And this morning, Chris, it's a very, very special coffee time because we have a very special guest. You know, he's a destination already in our dance world, and I'm very, very glad that he accepted our invitation. I would like to introduce, I don't say present because everybody know him, but I would like to introduce Maurizio Vescovo.
Hi, good morning, Maurizio.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic.
I would like to thank you very much to accept our invitation. It's a very big honor for us that you can be with us, and I'm sure that all our audience will appreciate that we can share coffee together.
Well, it's a pleasure and an honor for me too. It's always good to have a good chat with good old friends. So, my pleasure.
Thanks. Unfortunately, this morning, Valerie and Pietro can be with us because lucky is Valerie that competition start again in Spain. So he's judging, and Pietro is in Poland. So he will follow us and he will watch us in replay. But unfortunately, he can't be with us this morning.
Well, I think it's a good thing that all the competitions start again, and it's a good time to get back on the floor as a dancer or as a judge and restart to build our dance world. So, congratulations for them, and hopefully they're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, it's true. We can see that the dance is starting again, and hopefully we hope that everything will start. I will not say like before, but slowly start, let's say, normal activity.
Well, I think let's be positive. Maybe it's gonna start better. Everybody's gonna be more motivated. Everybody's gonna be more inspired, and I think for many people it was a good time to reflect and actually put things together. So why not? Maybe it's gonna start even better.
Yeah. You're right, because like we say, always in the bad situation, something good go out. So maybe it will be. Yes, you're right. Maurizio, we wanted to invite you, of course, to have a little comeback on our experience on your career, and it's very, very important for us that the children can know all what you did. And we had a look on your career, and we saw that you had a fantastic result. Of course, like amateur, you won all the competition that was possible: World, European, Blackpool, UK, everything. And in professional, you also won so many competition, vice world champion, vice champion everywhere. So which result leave you the best memory?
Well, I think the best memory, as far as I'm a dancer, of course, from the history behind and everything, I think Blackpool is obviously staying in my heart forever. Actually, probably two, I must say. The first final in international, and then Blackpool. This is two that I will remember forever. Also because it's a bit like the Wimbledon tennis. It's not a world championship, but in the end of the day, it's one of the competition where everybody is dancing first of all, and there is no restrictions, and so I think for the history behind the scene of Blackpool International, it's very, very high. So I definitely will remember this competition forever, and definitely in the final was amazing time.
Yeah, of course, we imagine that already like a normal dancer, not like a superstar like you, but like a normal dancer, this competition was already a fantastic memory. So I guess when you are on the higher step of the podium in this kind of competition, it's a special emotion because it's like a goal of one life to be there.
Well, yeah, he's the oracle of the dance world. So of course the Black Hole is where everybody would like to be, really, because of the I think the scenario. The hall is beautiful, and all the top dancer has been dancing there for so many years, and the music and the orchestra and all the scenario has built up for the dancer. I think that place will stay forever in the heart of a dancer. If you're a dancer, I think is one of the places you want to be.
Yeah, for sure. Maurizio, in your career, you didn't have so many partners. We found three in reality: Loredana, Melinda, and Andra. Every time you dance for almost 10 years with each one. So you are lucky to find every time a nice pet, nice partner, or it was because you took time before to committing yourself.
Well, I don't think three times out of three you're gonna be lucky, right? So
That's right.
actually, I think I'm in the era of. I remember one time my grandmother used to say to me, "When something broke, we used to fix it, and now we are in the era that when something broke, you change it and you buy a new one." I think I'm still in the era that if something break up, like for example, with my partner, sometimes relationship fight, some mistakes in your life, you always make it between each others or to watch each other. So, but at the end of the day, I always trying to fix it. I always trying to put the things together, evaluate the situation, and see that actually it's worth it to fix it and carry on with the relationship that you have built. So I think I was lucky for sure because there were three amazing dancers and three amazing persons that I'm still in a great contact with. And but definitely many times I fix the situation, and this is what I probably can tell to all the dancers in this world. You need to try to fix it and try really hard until really it's impossible. But most of the time, small little things that people get through and they want to split up, and many times actually they split up. It's unnecessary splitting up. So I guess both. Let's say both. I was lucky, and in the same times, I think I commit to fix stuff.
And this is from your opinion, this is the key of the success to keep a partnership, to give time to partnership to success. Because, like you said before, now we can see that very often the partnership, when after 2-3 years the results are not coming, they just split and start again. So you think this is really a condition to success? Yes.
Well, the things goes like this one. I mean, in the beginning of the relationship, 1 year, 1 year and a half, usually is a honeymoon. Nothing really is a problem. Actually, it's always good because the trust and the probably respect of each other is good. But after 1 year and a half, two, of course, the confidence between each others get a little bit more, let's say, deeper, and then of course the problems start. But in the meantime, also the dancing start to be much deeper and much more difficult. The development of a dancer in the beginning of the career is very fast, and it goes quite well. And then of course, when you reach your maximum, in order for you to break the boundary and go through the boundary, you really need to fight. You need to fight within yourself, within your body, and of course sometimes with your partner in order to achieve a much higher level. So if after 3 years you actually break up with your partner, most of the times you don't actually break any boundary, and actually you don't get any deep to the situation, and you don't really face problems. So only if you pass this difficult moment and you find a way how to have a relationship with your partner, actually your dancing can develop to much deeper understanding. And of course, If you split in that time, then of course you have to start everything from the beginning. Sometimes also it take a long time to find a partner. So you lose years and years of your life, of your dance career, and this is what make you obviously weaker and doesn't get any better. So obviously, I suggest to all of the couples, all of the dance people that is in this video, but also in general, try to keep it together, get deeper into the dancing, and then of course, more deeper you get, actually, more fun and more interesting is the dancing itself.
And just one, I rebound on your answer. We said that you stayed 10 years. 10 years was the limit. After, you think the couple needed a new motivation, or it was just for different reasons that you changed?
Well, different reason. Different reason. The first reason was my first partner was Loredana. I think in general she didn't catch up to what I was doing. So I won't say that she wasn't good. She was good, but probably my desire was bigger, was definitely bigger, and her desire was a little bit different when we achieved 10 years. Her desire was something else. She wanted to do something else. She was always a little bit demotivated to practice. So of course that one lead me to take off to the different to a different partner. My second partner, Melinda, actually, she find a different love. Of course, we worked together private for 5 or 6 years. Then we split privately, but we still danced together for another 2 years and a half, almost 3. And then at the end, she find a love, and she actually decided to go to dance with the love. So she followed her love instinct, and she actually didn't dance with me because she wanted to dance with Andrea Scuzza, that is a good friend of mine. And actually, they're married together and they have kids. So actually, she's pretty happy, and I'm happy for her. And then my third partner, of course, Andra. It was just my decision to stop dancing. So it was not her decision. I actually decided to stop dancing a year before, so 2015 in October. Already, I told to Andrea that I'm gonna stop dancing in 2016, and that's it. But it was not her. It was nobody fault or something. It was just a matter that I wanted to stop.
Yeah. So Chris, you also prepare some questions for Maurizio.
Hi, Maurizio. So, morning. You are Italian, yes, and we know that representing Italy for Italians is very important. But you did your best results in Hungary, as far as I know, and for Canada. Why? Is it a regret or what?
No, absolutely not. Actually, thanks for with my first partner, Loredana. Actually, we danced 10 years for Italy, and I was pretty happy. Everything was okay. And actually, I must say, Italy was in that time a fair country. Or there was like it was good. I mean, there was not so much manipulation. What actually there is now, unfortunately, I heard a lot of stories. I'm very sad to hear this story, but of course, I think I think business sometimes they go also to this level of politics. I definitely don't like what is going on now in Italy. However, in that time when I was dancing with Loredana, it was pretty okay. And and then I started with Melinda. Obviously, the reason why we represent Hungary was for 2 reasons mainly. One, because we could immediately represent ourselves at the World Championship for Hungary, where, for example, for Italy, probably would be difficult because it was already quite a lot of good amateurs and amateurs couples. So we decided to dance for Hungary. We could actually go to the World Championship straight away, and then and also because of the studio, because Melinda has used to have a studio has a studio in Hungary, and we wanted to develop Hungary. We started to work quite a lot in Hungary, and I saw the opportunity to develop the Hungarian studios, and we decided to dance for Hungary. With Andrea, actually was a little bit different because in Italy it was a lot of political problems in that time when I started with Andrea. So I didn't want to get involved in any type of political situation. So I decided to go to Canada, but also because also Andrea and the parents has studios in Canada,
Mhm.
and they started to have some problem because Andrea was not in Canada so often, and a lot of students started to go away because they didn't feel like they could have enough information. So actually, we moved and represent Canada. We actually represent 1 year for Italy, and then we start to represent as a professional Canadian Canada. Also because of this one, so we could stay longer in Canada, work a little bit more, and develop under studios.
Good. And another question. In the end of the at the end of the last century, Italy was a reference in standard. Yes. In the 21st century, it's almost only Latin with Riccardo. You, Stefano, Nino, Mirko, Gabriele, and more. Why and how Italy became a reference in Latin dancing?
I'm not sure I have an answer of that, but definitely, I mean, Italians are very enthusiastic, euphoric, has a lot of emotion. We always talk very loud, and we have, of course, passion, Latin passion. Um, and then, of course, some teachers start to come in Italy more often, also the Latin teachers. And I think that develop many of the Italians' talent. And then, of course, also we need to understand that in the beginning, Italy was only ballroom because of the, the culture of Italian dancing is based, for example, in polka, mazurka, and so automatically a lot of people from Italy started with that one, and then Latin only came a little later. So of course, ballroom was the first one to explode, and a lot of people from ballroom had a good successful, and a lot of teachers from ballroom was coming first because that was the fashion. After that one, a lot of Latin people started to work and bring also good teachers in Italy, and then that is my era when actually a lot of foreigners, good teachers was coming in Italy, and that's how we could develop ourselves. So it's always very important that good teachers go to the country to actually develop them, and then of course develop the teachers and develop the students itself. So I think that's the reason, but otherwise I would not know exactly the reason.
Yeah, but you said before we started, you said that you used to dance both Latin and standard. What makes you after you decided to go on Latin and not stay in both?
I actually I didn't. I danced only Latin from the beginning. Actually, I never did almost one step of ballroom. I studied, but I didn't dance ballroom. I danced only Latin from the first day.
Yeah,
So
because I remember always in Latin. Yes.
yeah. Italy. Everybody in Italy was doing this and that, then dance or rather ballroom first and then Latin. I start with Latin and I finish with the Latin, so I'm a pure Latin person.
Yeah, and as I remember you, yes, many years ago, when I used to see you in Italy or in Blackpool and like this when you're an amateur, I used to see you a very strong dancer person, and then after many years, I saw a different style from you. Yes.
Yeah, of course, we all mature in a different way. I think age and of course commitment, and you study a lot, and you study how to control yourself. Of course, I always loved dancing, so I was always very energetic and enthusiastic to dance. But sometimes my enthusiasm bring me to doing a little bit over the top, and I couldn't control myself when I was young. Obviously, by the time I grown up a little bit more with the age, I actually learned how to control and find the right balance for how much energy and commitment to put on the dancing.
This is very, 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 very good answer that you made now, because I see a lot of young generation, yeah, that they think so much in only power and they don't show actually the right quality of the dancing. You know, they always think about sport, yeah, energy, and they don't show the culture of the proper Latin dancing. Yeah, that's why I said to you, sometimes I remember you very strong and very fast dancer, and then suddenly after some years I see a very difference in your type of style of dancing.
Yeah, well, as you believe, I mean, I believe dancing is an artistic dance with ability and, of course, skills. So I obviously never thought that
So
as
it's very very interesting. All
we lost it.
Yeah. Okay, but you can keep on going yeah, until he would get it. Maybe some
We can
connection.
hear you.
So we have many comments in our chat, and we have one question from Diana Maurizio. Do you see any difference in teaching students in Italy and Poland?
Yeah, actually, I'm very open now in Poland. Um, do I see anything? I don't know. But, I can't say that I have enough experience to actually give this comment back because, I mean, of course, I go in Poland almost every month in 1 year, but I don't think that will make people. I can't really say that I know of Polish people. Definitely, at the moment, I didn't find the same commitment that sometimes I find in Italy. You know, in Italy now, it's difficult to find people that has commitment into dancing, but when you find one, then they really give everything for the dancing. In Poland at the moment, I see that they give things for dancing, but I don't find that some people really commit 110% yet. So this is the only thing. But maybe in the future I will. I think Poland has a very high potential. The couples and the dancers are talent, and they are quite good looking, and they have possibilities. So I think there is a lot of good things in Poland. So I hope in the future we're gonna get through.
So a lot of people send you hello. We have Ken Richards, president of USA, to say hello to everybody. He follow always our coffee time. We have a lot of people. We have young girls also there. People are very happy about your comments. So it's very nice.
Thank
One
you.
question, Maurizio, because I'm sure it's not the first time that we will ask you this question, but when you stop in professional with Andra, you were second, and you were so close to the first place. It was maybe just question of 1 or 2 years to become the, let's say, the champion, and you decide to stop. So can you explain a bit why you stopped so close to the highest title?
Well, at the moment, well, I can say that the results that I have achieved, already second in the World Championship as a professional, for me was way above my expectation, honestly, because of course, where I come from, the possibility that I used to have, of course, my parents was not the teachers, my parents didn't have dance studios, my parents was totally in the different skills, my brother is totally in another world. So for me, when I started dancing and achieve such a results as a profession, it was already like over my expectation. However, my expectation as a result, yeah, I didn't care so much. My expectation in dancing was actually to become a visionary, something that people are looking for, something that people will remember forever. So an icon of dancing and the dance style. And I was willing to pay also the fact that sometimes when you are so much different, people will not appreciate, at least when you are dancing, but they will probably appreciate later. So sometimes, it's a bit like Leonardo da Vinci. I mean, Leonardo da Vinci now, if he would be, I won't compare myself with Leonardo da Vinci. I just want to make an example. But I think when Leonardo da Vinci was young and he has all this invention and he saw things much further, actually people think that he was totally crazy. They wanted to kill him because he think that the world was around and not flat. And of course, he makes some painting, but I don't think he get as much money as he would have now with the Leonardo da Vinci
Sure,
painting.
for sure.
Sometimes to have a vision and be maybe a little bit further than the other people, compromise your results because people doesn't really understand you. So I think many times my dancing was still not understanding in the time when I was dancing, and so they rather prefer judge something that is safe. But of course, I believe by now people can see and can think that my dancing was a little bit, I had a good vision. At least I had things that nobody had done before, a style that nobody had done before. So I think in general that is one of the reasons why I choose to retire when I felt that my motivation was not as strong as it used to be. So when my thought went to a different direction, like I wanted to have family, I wanted to have a different life, and I danced so many years, 35 years in a very high level and a lot of competition, a lot of shows, a lot of practice, a lot of lessons every day. So I find it that I was a bit tired and I wanted to do something else. So that's the reason I decided to stop. And honestly, I didn't care to be first.
For sure, you always been a special dancer, and maybe that's why you leave a so good memory, because for sure it was people that didn't like your style, but another way it was people who was completely in love with your style. So I'm sure that you will leave for sure a memory for the people who love you and for people who hate you. This is important also, no, to take
I
care
think
about the people.
I think it's very important when they talk about you, good or bad. It's good because at the end of the day, they mean that you count for this world. When they don't talk about you, it means that you don't count. So you're not important for anybody. So I obviously know that a lot of people really didn't like me, and a lot of people really really love me. And I think in general, that's what makes me special.
Yeah. I remember the first time when you entered in the final in Amateur World Championship. It was a lot of comment, but straight result was very good because you didn't enter like the small door, directly from the big door, and after it was very, very fast for you. I
Yeah.
still remember this, yes. Chris,
Yes, Maurizio. You always have been a very special dancer, and your reputation is like a legend. Is it more important than a title for you?
Definitely. I already answered for this one is definitely much more important. I really want to leave a mark of myself into the dance world, a mark that people will remember and can actually take as an example. And I think this one was the most important. And I hope I have done this job.
yeah, for sure. And you saw I put the comment that the dancers still remember when they had an autograph from you. So this means something. Yes, I'm sure this means something. And I saw around me in my club when I said that you will be with us this morning. Everybody was very exciting to have the opportunity to listen your experience. And we saw also when you 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 were with us with our virtual camp. All the dancer was so exciting to follow your lecture, and they were like drinking your words. It was so nice, really. it was not so cool for you because in virtual you can't see the reaction, but for sure when you are in the training camp you can see how much the people want to take you like example, and this, I'm sure this is very 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 proud feeling. Yeah.
Well, it's always an amazing pleasure to give pleasure to the other people, and I love to give information. I love to help people in general, and I love to help the dancer in all the way I can. So for me, of course, lectures online is definitely not as pleasure, but I can see that at least I give motivation and I give some inspiration, and I'm happy to see smiling face when actually I talk to them and I give the information, and this is priceless for me. This is one of the things why I do this job. And still by now, obviously after 5 years that I retired already, almost 6, I think still people remember me, what is, I think, quite an achievement already. And every time I go around, still they ask me like signature and pictures. So I think it's amazing.
And I have to say, this is very nice that, like we said, like Chris said before, for a lot of children, you're like a legend, but you still keep this humility and the same personality, and always close to the children. Doesn't matter is there a star or not. You always stay the same. I know you for so many years, and you keep the same mentality and the same feeling for everybody. And for this, it's very, for me, very important also, personality, and thanks for them. This is very nice.
Well, I always believe you are what you eat. And I eat simple things, and I want to be a simple person. I don't eat gold and diamond, so why should I act like that?
Yeah, you're right. Maurizio, last coffee time, it was Nino and Handra with us, and they explain us that you organize for them the tryout between them. It's not so often that the dancer organize the future of his partner. Yeah, is it because she's almost part of your family now after so many years dancing together? Can you tell us a little bit this situation, not funny situation, let's say?
Well, as I said, I decided to stop dancing, and of course, my age at that time, I felt like I had to. So I was like 38, so I felt like I wanted always to retire before 40. Of course, he was very young, and I know that I want her to continue. And I said to her, I will do everything what is possible for me to help you in any case you find a partner. After that, that I decided to retire, of course, they met together with Nina Ander. They were like privately together since I think 2015 already, or the beginning of 2016. So I see that there was chemistry between them, and I see that it was a good possibility also for her to continue. So I said to them, I think you should try. I think you should go ahead and see how it works. And this is how we did it. So Nino was coming quite often in Canada, and obviously to meet Andrea. And then after that one, I said to them, try, don't worry. We were still dancing together. We were still dancing together, me and Andrea. And I said that until the international, you can actually start to work out. There's not a problem for me. And until the international, then of course you can start to dance together. So yeah, I was helping them. We come out with some idea. We had some good time, some good fun. We had some good shows together. We actually have a trio of together. Me, Andre, and Nino. We had like 3 shows together, like 3 dance together, and then of course we did a lot of shows around the world together. It was quite fun. Actually, it was I think a more logical way to approach the situation, and very good for Andre that she could actually find immediate partner without stopping.
Cool.
Good.
Chris.
Yes, and we saw that you live in Spain. Why? Why in Spain?
Well, me, I was living actually in the north of Italy. I must say, my region where I live, I wasn't very enthusiastic because it's a very work ethic area. There is like, of course, factories a lot and farms, and I wasn't really happy to live there since the beginning. That's why I was always living all around the world. I was living in Hungary for 10 years. I was living in Canada for 10 years. I was living in England for a few years. So I was always like quite away because I actually wasn't so happy where I was living. And my soul always take me to the sea. I don't know. I'm very connected to the sea. I love the sea, and I think this for me is amazing. So I said from a long time. I said one day I'm gonna go and live nearby the sea. So the long story, make it short, is that we tried. For example, I came to Malta to watch a little bit Malta, but of course the island made me a little bit like a feeling as a man of the world. I'm a little bit claustrophobic because Malta is not so big island. Then my wife in the beginning, before my son born, we were thinking to go to Bali because, of course, for me it was okay because I could work in China, Japan, no problem. But then, of course, when my son came over, we couldn't move too far from my family and we couldn't move too far from Europe. So we decided to come and see Marbella. I had some friends here. Bianca Scriber was already here. Alan Azer was already here. So I said, maybe Marbella must be good. So we came over for a holiday. Immediately we loved it. The weather, the food, infrastructures, the people, multi-country in the city, good connection with the airport, and very healthy life. So we decided to try. So that's why we moved for 1 year into apartment. So first of all, we moved in one apartment, and after the second year, we bought a house here in Marbella, near Guedes, actually.
Cool. Yeah, I know that this city it's a very nice city, and also Nino and Andra, they join you there because you are all in the same city now.
Well, actually, now there is a little bit more people coming over. There is Nino and Andra, of course. Alan Tonsberg is also here. He bought the house here. And also Line and Line James is also coming over probably soon. But I don't know how much, if they're going to live permanently here. I know that they're going to come quite often here.
So you become ambassador of the city, yeah?
I think we have a good time, of course. We have very good connection with Lina, we have good connection with Alan, we have good connection with Alan Fletcher. So actually, we are a good family, and of course, Bianca. Bianca was my teacher for a long time. So one day or another, we're going to make a big group of a big, I don't know, camp or something like this, or a big party all together for sure.
Let's do it. Maurizio, last question, and you said just before that you just become a parent, you understand. So would you like to your son become a dancer?
Listen, my son can do whatever he wants. I'm honestly don't restrict him in any type of things. Yes, we follow the rules of definitely we are not victim of the society. He can do whatever he wants. He wants to dance, he dance. If he doesn't want to dance, he doesn't. For us, everything is fine. Any kind of religion he want to choose or no choose, for me is fine. Any color he want to wear, he can color. Doesn't really matter. For me, we are really. I am super duper open minded. So yeah, if he want to dance, sometimes he put himself there and he dance in front of me because he see me. Obviously, we go to some competition. He want to watch it and it's okay. At the moment, I didn't teach him nothing because I think it's too early. I actually think for me, I started when I was 9 and I'm fine. So I think I will not force him, or obviously I will not force him for sure, but he can start later if he wants. He's only 4 now.
Still young.
You're right, and they have time. How old he is now?
4. 4 in August.
Ah, nice, nice. So, Maurizio, I want to thank you very much to spend a little time with us. It was a very, very big pleasure. Chris, thanks to be also with us this morning. It was nice
Thank
to
you.
see you also. And Maurizio, I hope that the next time we can meet, it will be in live, and I hope that very soon we can organize something in live together. One more time, thank you to our host. Thanks, Maurizio, and I understand you're a super person before to be a super dancer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
I never made it, but I know